I have is actually older than planet Earth. It is the mother of all addictions, and this addiction actually is older than human beings. It's the mother of all addictions because this addiction actually began in heaven with Lucifer. Lucifer had a problem with himself. Every dictionary defines self, a sense of self, as the ego. So, the Kelly, when I say I'm still recovering, I am still recovering from an addiction to self. I am an ego-holic, but thanks be to God, I am now recovering.
Amen. Amen. Your book is also claims that ego-holism cannot be solved, cannot be cured, and cannot be eliminated. Please tell us what you mean by that.
Well, typically, we refer to ego problems as issues. He has issues. She has issues. And we typically dismiss a person with their issues. And we dismiss them because we say, ain't nothing I can do about them. Their problem can't be solved. And that's right. It can't be cured. And that's right. It can't be eliminated. It can either be solved, cured, or eliminated. But with God's management of it,
yes,
it can be managed.
Yes. Wonderful. Now, what qualifies you to address with such conviction and professionalism this subject of egos and ego problems? For example, are you a doctor, professor, or ordained pastor?
I'm none of the above, Elder Kelly. Typically, when the issue of egos is addressed, it's typically addressed, as you said, by a pastor, an ordained pastor, by a doctor or a clinical therapist or a professor or minister or even an attorney. And but when they address the problem of egos, they address it from a detached third-person perspective. But God has allowed me to look at the issue in a unique fashion, and that's from the other side of the desk.
Yes.
As I say in my book, I'm not a doctor. I'm the patient. I'm not an ordained pastor. I'm the sinner in the pew. I'm not a professor. I'm the student advisee. I'm not a clinical therapist. I'm the client. I'm not an attorney. Unfortunately, I used to be the victim, and too often I was the perpetrator. So as I say in my book, this book is about Tim Alston without deodorant.
Yes, yes, yes. Now, you talk about God managing you and your ego instead of us trying to handle our egos ourselves. Can you explain this whole management process?
Surely. Very, very simply. If you look at, let's say you look at your lawn. You look at the lawn and you see weeds there, or you see the grass is growing tall. The way that you're able, when you cut the grass or you pull those weeds, that's the way you manage your lawn. Those weeds are coming back. And you don't just cut your grass one time. It's not a one and done thing. It has to be cut over and over again. You manage it. Same with our hair. Well, except for people like you and me who don't have any hair.
Yeah.
But, you can't just get your hair done once and for all. It has to be cut, styled, or managed. It's like having the common cold. I have sinus problems, and I can't get rid of them, try though I might, but I will take medication or I'll take some natural remedies to manage the problem. That is the exact same way, Elder Kelly, we have to look at our egos. You can't solve it. We can't cure it. All we can do is ask God to manage